Hi everyone, my name is Alex Wearn. I'm the CEO of Decentralized Capital, and I'm here today to tell you about our solution bringing government currencies onto the Ethereum blockchain. So first, a little audience participation. Please raise your hand if you used a cryptocurrency such as Ether or Bitcoin to purchase your ticket to this conference. Now please keep your hand up if you also use that cryptocurrency to purchase your to plan your other expenses. Such as your flights, your hotels, or your meals. Now I know there's a handful of you out there, because I talked to you at DevCon too, but for the most part, we have an adoption problem. We believe the single biggest issue leading to this lack of adoption is lack of price stability. No one wants to use a cryptocurrency that might be significantly more or less valuable days or even hours from now. Now, before I go into more detail about our solution, I'd like to articulate why it makes sense for our platform to be on the Ethereum smart contract network. So one of the exciting use cases that people are anticipating is prediction markets. Currently today, there's a prediction market that's live on the outcome of the US presidential election. The Trump N token provides the token holder 1 Ether if Trump loses the presidential election in November. On August 10th, this token was trading for 0.85 Ether, reflecting the fact that the market believed there was an 85% chance that he would lose the presidential election. By August 20th, this token had increased in value to 0.9 Ether. Had you bought on August 10th and sold on August 20th, you would have realized a nice gain of 5.9%. However, because this prediction market is on a smart contract platform, it can only interact with assets that reside on the same blockchain. In this case, the prediction was denominated in Ether. On August 10th, the price of Ether was $12.43, and by August 20th, it had declined by over 13%. This meant that if you had bought and sold during this time period, that even though you had made the correct prediction, you actually lost almost 10% of the asset value. Our solution to this is DC assets. We take customer deposits in dollars, euros, and pounds and turn them into an Ethereum token. This bearer asset complies with the Ethereum token standard and can be freely traded anywhere that's coded to accept them. A customer wishing to acquire our assets can purchase them via one of two ways, either via wire transfer to our banking services provider, Crypto Capital, or via Bitcoin. When a customer purchases via Bitcoin, we immediately convert that into a cash deposit so that we are not subject to price volatility. Once the deposit has been received, we send the assets out to the customer. They're freely traded and can move anywhere on the Ethereum network that the customer wishes to interact with. When a customer wants to cash out of our assets, the process happens in reverse. They send the DC assets back to us, at which point they are destroyed, and we initiate a bank transfer from Crypto Capital. We're currently integrated with one financial services provider, but we're working to white label our service and offer it to other banks, such as Banco Santander, who may be interested in providing this service to their customers. So a little more on these specific use cases. So Ethereum smart contracts promise a programmatic movement of assets, but this isn't very valuable or useful if you don't trust the value of those underlying assets. The use case in prediction markets, as I explained earlier, is pretty obvious. You're already speculating on the outcome of one specific event, and you don't want to take on additional risk that happens from holding these cryptocurrencies. Another use case today is that of decentralized exchanges. Cryptocurrency trading represents over $100 million of daily trading volume. However, this trading currently occurs on centralized exchanges, which are subject to security issues and hacks, such as the recent Bitfinex hack for over $70 million. Decentralized exchanges solve this security problem by allowing users to remain in possession of their private keys. However, again, they can only interact with assets that reside on a smart contract blockchain. DC assets allow customers to recreate the cryptocurrency fiat pairs that are the most liquid and high-volume markets of cryptocurrency trading today. A third use case is that of crowdfunding. Ethereum-based products have been going directly to customers in order to fund their ventures, and traditionally they've been doing this using Bitcoin or Ether. They do this because it increases the transparency. Customers can see how much funds have been raised and when the funds are being moved and used for business expenses. However, doing this in a traditional cryptocurrency, such as Bitcoin or Ether, subjects the company to price volatility. One example being the Ethereum Foundation. Their $18 million of Bitcoin fell precipitously when they were unable or chose not to convert the assets into a traditional deposit and the Bitcoin price moved against them. Had the funding been done in DC assets, they could have been open and transparent while still protecting themselves from cryptocurrency price volatility. And now, these were just a couple of the examples that exist today. I've talked with others this week who are working on blockchain-based insurance platforms, asset management platforms, accounting systems, you name it, and they all have the same problem. How do I represent traditional currencies on the Ethereum blockchain? DC assets are a solution to that problem. We also acknowledge that our assets can solve many traditional finance problems by bringing the speed of settlement and finality of cryptocurrencies into the traditional finance world. However, we believe that is a longer road to adoption, a more difficult problem convincing banks, and so we're targeting where there's an existing use case today on the Ethereum smart contract platform. So a little more about our asset security. So we employ a multi-signature approach, which ensures that anyone, So we employ a multi-signature approach, which means that no one individual or system is in control of any of the critical functions. Additionally, our contract architecture is such that powers are separated across different sets of keys. For example, the power to mint and create new assets is restricted so that they can only be sent to one particular hot wallet. This hot wallet is controlled by a separate set of keys that sends the assets out to the customer, but only after receiving confirmation from a third set of keys that is watching our API and our banking provider's API to ensure that any transaction requests are legitimate. This separation of powers and system of checks and balances ensures that DC assets remain secure. So here we're going to show a quick demonstration of how our system works. This is the MyEther wallet screen, one of the more popular Ethereum wallets. You can see in the lower left-hand corner I had added DUSD and there was a current balance of 0. Customers navigate to our website, enter the deposit amount, and choose the currency type. They then provide us an address, in this case the address on the previous page. Once we receive the customer's Bitcoin, behind the scenes we go to our command line interface in order to create and send these assets to the customer. So here, you can't see it, it looks like it's been cut off, but we're calling the hot wallet transfer command, where we issue the assets to the customer. We enter the currency type, the amount, and the actual customer address. Now behind the scenes, in a separate location, another key is issuing this exact same command. Once these two transactions are mined, the transaction is confirmed, and the assets are sent out to the customer. What you see here is our custom command line interface tool that's been developed in-house by our developers. It's been extremely useful in terms of speeding up our development process as well as managing our operations. We plan to make this tool more generic and open source it to the community. If we go back to the MyEther wallet, you can then see in the lower left-hand corner that it's indeed updated to include 10 DUSD. Now, notice that that transaction occurred in just a little over a minute. And the limiting part is not the Ethereum transfer, but rather the recipient or receipt of Bitcoins. Once the assets have been created, they can be sent anywhere on the network in a matter of seconds. I'd like to give a quick thanks to my team for working tirelessly over the last year to bring this product to market. We recently launched a couple of weeks ago, supporting 8 currencies, including dollars, euros, pounds, and Chinese yuan. We're currently about to start our funding round, and we're also looking for additional banking partners who may be interested in providing this service to their customers or to the Ethereum community. Thank you for your time.